Today's March 7th, 2019, and this is episode 65 of PlaneSavers. Good morning, everybody. It is minus 23 degrees Celsius, which is about minus 8 degrees Fahrenheit, but it doesn't feel like it, folks. It feels warm. There's no wind. As you can see, the windsock isn't moving. It's great. It's quiet out. There's nothing enhancing the audio right now. It almost feels like a weekend. But yesterday sure didn't. Yesterday was crazy, folks. I made a secret episode, and I did all that split screen stuff, which was really, really fun. The secret episode needs to be approved by like 5 different people. So I can't be showing you that yet until that's approved or even disapproved. But either way, I'll let you know. I'm excited to show you guys, but a little bit of patience on that one because, yeah, it's kind of cool. But today, I want to start off today's episode with a shout out to the modelers. I'm going to throw you guys right now to a video from Barney. He's going to describe a new Facebook group that he built that people that are building DC3 models can, join up and collaborate. So I'm going to throw that to you now, and I'm going to meet you back inside with some more model news, and then we're going to call Ronnie and get an update from Red Deer on how we're going to get all our parts to Montreal. So we'll see you inside. Cheers.
Hi Mikey, hi PlaneSavers. I'm here in Peterborough. It is a gorgeous minus 2 degrees Celsius or 28 degrees Fahrenheit here. We're very close to our spring thaw, at least that's what it feels like. I'm here next to the parts bird for the night freight crew. You might recognize me. I was here helping that crew get some parts out of this bird to get back to England. Hopefully they've got their container. Hopefully they've got lots of work to get ahead of themselves and get their plane up in the air for D-Day. I'm not here, though, to talk about that project. I'm here to talk about a Facebook group that we have called the Plastic Model PlaneSavers. And we are a plastic model group build trying to get as many DC3s and C47s built and painted and finished by the time that you have DTD up back in the air. Now, what is a group build? A group build is a bunch of modelers that are trying to build one specific subject. In this case, we have the DC3 or C47. We're looking for any scale of model kit, any manufacturer model kit. I've already got an Airfix kit ready to go. I've got a couple more kits at home. I might see if I can get them done as well in that time. And we are looking for any skill level. So if it's your first plane that you've put together, if it's your 1000th plane that you've put together. Mikey, you've shown some really incredible plastic models already in PlaneSavers. If you've got that kind of skill, come along, join along, share your knowledge, share your tips, share your techniques. Help build the hobby of plastic modelers, and let's see how many DC3s we can get finished by the time that DTD is in the air. Now, Mikey, I noticed recently you had unboxed a model kit in one of your mailbag episodes. Let's see if you can come along too and build yours and share your updates, share your progress, along with everyone else that's going to share their progress of their model builds. Well, hopefully we'll see you soon in the group. Mikey, if you can put a link down below in the doobly-doo, that would be great. And hopefully we'll see lots of DC3s, both plastic model DC3s and the real things, flying soon.
That's very cool. I've provided a link down in the description for that Facebook group, so you guys can check it out. I want to run in the computer because if you remember from a few episodes ago, we have Vincent who's building a foam board DC3. So I wanted to show you a quick update on his channel, and I'll also have a link for that down below in the description, where Vincent's making a foam RC DC3 replica of DTD. So I want you guys to check that out, and yeah, watch this.
Hi everyone, this is Vincent Rowe, and we're back for another version of Plane Makers Foam Board Edition, episode 7. Alright, so right now I'm just giving you kind of a little preview shot. An overall view of how big it'll be. Tail-wise, this will be folded over, of course.
Big thank you to Vincent. Go check out his YouTube channel. Links in the description. Also, again, with the Facebook group, links in the description. We got this big box to open, but not quite yet. I want to go see Dan in the metal shop, see how the ailerons, the elevator, how the elevator's doing with the DC3. So I'm going to go do that right now. Okay, back in the shop. Hey, Rod, what's happening?
How much here?
What are you working on?
Can't find a riv nut puller. They're all destroyed. The first thing people do is take apart loose old ball bearings. So now, couldn't pull a riv nut to save my life. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 rib nut pullers?
All busted.
All busted. Can you show somebody what a rib nut is?
Riv nut is the aluminum or steel fastener that you insert. Like sometimes they're put in for fairings, and sometimes they're put in for static wicks. Actually, some of these are original BF Goodrich, Akron, Ohio, made in the USA. So these ones would be originally for the de-icer boot installation kit. So put the de-icer boots on the stabilizers and the wings, you would have to put in rib nuts.
So a rib nut here is basically putting in a sleeve that you can screw into.
Okay, I'm going to show you this way. Right here, for example, would be a rib nut. Where's that one that we have? This one? You're going to install this on the tool.
So that's screwing where?
Screw it onto this collet shaft. And then it's adjustable, so depending on the thickness of the material you're doing, right? So for example, you're going to put a sheet, so there's going to be a hole in there, and you're going to put this through the sheet, like that, and then it's going to compress around the sheet.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then when you're done, depending on the compression, the sheet's in that new, and then you can pull the lever, and this is left into the sheet, and you have a screw thread. It's kind of a blind nut plate thing.
Oh, very cool. So that would be something you would want to put on a panel, or something that you would want to be able to remove.
Yeah. You put it on de-icer boots, fairings.
So where are you going to use this one? What are you working on right now?
This one is for static wicks on the C46. There's locations here, and we're going to have to put rib nuts in so static wick can be bolted on.
So you're going to put a rib nut in here.
Yeah.
So then you'll be able to screw something in over the top.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, for the layman out there, is you're replacing a rivet with something that you can actually screw something into that you would need to be able to remove. If it doesn't need to be removed, you could just rivet it. Is that correct, Ron?
That's correct.
Okay, folks, that was the rib nut explanation. A quick extra, but Dan's here. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Mike.
And Dan has been warming up his iron because it's iron time, eh?
Yep. You want to do some ironing?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so what kind of iron you got here?
Well, this is a ski waxing iron, is what I use. It's a little bit smaller than a normal iron, but it's temperature is everything when you're tightening up your fabric. It's all based on temperature, so we're going to tighten it up to about 250 degrees is what we want with this. And this little iron, unlike a regular household iron, the temperature doesn't drift very much, so once you get it dialed in where it's at right now, at about 250 degrees, it'll just sit there at a constant 250 degrees all day. This is all cemented on now, finished that last night, so it dried overnight. And what we're going to do is we're going to start ironing it basically by the bay. A bay is, there's a rib here in the tip, this is a bay, this is a bay, this is a bay. So, but you don't start at one end and work to the other. If you do that, I don't know if a DC3 would do it, it's fairly strong, but if you did it with a little airplane structure, you could end up with a banana. So what we do is we do one bay here, one bay there, one bay here, one bay there, and you sort of work into the middle with it.
Would that be sort of like how you would tighten up lug nuts on a wheel?
Yeah, same idea, yeah. So we'll iron the whole thing out to 250 degrees twice. But this is kind of what we call the fun part, because you can see that the fabric is loose, and sometimes people ask, well, how tight are you supposed to put it on? And you know, there's lots of old wives' tales about you put it on so a cord will bounce, that kind of thing. But really all it wants to be is, it wants to look like a fairly well-made bed sheet is kind of what you're shooting for. Overall, this will actually tighten up about 10%, which this thing is about 10 feet long, more or less. That's a foot, right? So it's quite a bit. And with little airplanes, you can actually over tighten them, you can actually break them or bend them. So you see a lot of old J3s and stuff with curved up wingtips a little bit. So we'll start out here at the tip. And it really has nothing to do with pressure. You can see the fabric tightening up. It's just really temperature. I'm just really supporting most of the weight of the iron. It just takes patience and time. Eventually, well, you can see the difference.
Oh wow!
That it makes to it.
Well, even just the sound.
Yeah, yeah. And you can't really go by the sound of it. You have to go by knowing what the temperature is that you're subjecting it to. You cannot use a heat gun. But if you take it up over much above 400, it'll start to loosen from being tight, and then it'll start to melt. And then you're having a really, really bad day when that happens. So especially when you're dealing with big pieces.
So now we're on the other end, as you said, kind of like lug nuts on a wheel. You kind of.
We don't want to create a banana. So.
No banana.
No banana. Banana's bad.
Banana, maybe that's the name of the episode. Bananas are bad.
So, but that's you're kind of seeing what it's starting to do, and this will take a couple hours. I'll spend the rest of the afternoon just doing this, just sitting here. And you want to try your hand?
Yeah, for sure.
And to not lose track, you sort of just mark it with a pencil. You can actually write on this with a pen, but you'll never get rid of it. If you wrote on it with a blue pen and then we shot it white or silver or whatever, you'd be doing a walk around one morning and you'd go, why is there blue ink coming out of the middle of my fabric?
Yeah, we remember that from yesterday's episode. But yeah, folks, this is pretty good. Just leave that iron there for a sec.
So now we know we've done this one. We've done this one mostly. I'm going to go for coffee. You keep doing this. Okay, I'll leave you a pencil.
Right on. Well, thanks for the tips here, Dan. I think everyone will like it. So you get your iron, you get your thing on, but the main thing what people have been talking about, and you read it in the comments too, is the stitching.
Yeah.
So I have no clue anything about the stitching, and in the fact that if people are requesting the stitching, it means that must be some sort of big task.
They never invented stitching, they wouldn't be able to play baseball.
There you go. The knot we're going to use is actually called the hidden modified seine knot. That's the official knot for doing fabric, and it's the same knot that held the Spirit of St. Louis together.
Dan will be back from coffee to fix all the things I messed up. And yeah, so I got to go back and open that big box, see what's inside that, and yeah, we're going to figure that out, and we'll see you soon. So watch this. A big thank you for Dan for showing us a lot to do with that aileron, or sorry, the elevator. Sorry, the elevator. It's yeah, it's a lot of work. So that was good. Hopefully you guys like that. Now, the big box. But before I open the big box, earlier, because I shoot all this stuff basically live, is I said I was going to call Ronnie today to get an update from Red Deer. I got a message from my father and Ronnie that they've been busy digging out sea cans all day. So I'm going to plan for tomorrow at like 10:30. I'm going to call them and get an update with everything that they have and what we need. So tomorrow's going to be a big parts thing for the airplane. But yeah, so 10:30 tomorrow. But right now, what's in the box? And let's open it up now and see what we have. Look, folks, it's a picture. But what kind of picture is it? Let's open it up. This is so cool. Now, this is amazing. This is from Doug. Doug sent me this really good message saying he's a fan of PlaneSavers, a fan of Ice Pilots, and his daughter, Kate, actually painted this. So this is very cool. So he donated it and thought it'd be a good place to hang up here in the hangar and help protect the memory of the 75th anniversary of D-Day. On a side note, he worked in the NWT in the Yukon in 83, 84 on the Mackenzie Valley Pipeline and flew several times in the DC3. Very cool. His daughter Kate is a part-time artist and was happy to pass this picture on to you. So I'm going to thank you, Doug, and your daughter Kate. This is an amazing picture. We're going to definitely hang it up. So cool. Thank you so much. Now that's a surprise, man. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, folks, today's the end of the day. I wanted to give you a goodbye episode. We didn't see any airplanes running today, so here we go. The DC3 here is loaded up with freight going to Hay River for a freight run. And I just wanted to give you guys that as a thank you for sticking around this far in the episode. We had a great day. And tomorrow, it's going to be a big one. We only got 90 days. That's only 3 months. We're halfway there to Montreal. So we're going to have a plan to talk to Ronnie at 10:30. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. So thank you and enjoy the sunset.